Hark, what light through yonder cone breaks? Yes, right, I'm an educated motherfucker. What are we doing? What day is it?
What day
We're
indeed?
doing this
Don't
thing.
forget to switch Leanne's cocktails.
No, you probably wanted that. I don't know. So as we're getting set up today, we were remarking that this chapter seems to have a lot of cones. In fact, more than I remember any particular chapter having. There's like these cones that we're already in the middle of dealing with, and then there's like the Lucia cones.
Right.
And like, who knows? There could be more cones.
Just cones for days. Days and days and days.
I asked my compatriots if I had ever told them the fish cone story, and they murmured no, but were not excited to hear it because, well, listen to the title.
What even is a fish cone? How can you have a story about a thing called a fish cone?
Well, these are very good questions, because even you, as a frequent fish diner, which also sounds weird, are like, you hear the words fish cone, you're like, that ain't right.
It ain't right.
So, like, I don't know how much I actually talk about this on YouTube, but, like, I don't like nice food. I don't like food that's good. I like bad food. There's bad food also. But so, I went to my brother's wedding when my brother got married. And, you know, you get those things catered, and there's, like, lots of different, like, people and styles and ways of handling that.
Right.
And, my brother's wedding, they just got, like, some of the weirdest, most, like, antithetical to my food interest people to do all of their food. First off, like, the worst cake I've had in my life. Like, just the absolute most, like, bone-terrible cake ever.
Yeah, wedding cake is often pretty terrible.
It's generally bad, but to be clear, understanding that categorically wedding cake is pretty bad, this cake was very, very bad.
Wow.
It was like raspberry chalk and plaster is what it tasted like. Ugh. It was not acceptable. It was very subpar. But there were also like a number of weird hors d'oeuvre things while like photos were happening and stuff like that. I can't remember what the first one we saw was, but it was definitely something that was like, that sure sounds like food a person would eat, but that's not something that Vasco's gonna eat.
Hey, how did Leanne catch up with Zephyr? That's crazy.
We did. That happened at some point, like not that long after we got her back.
It's weird.
I think we even remarked on it at the time, but it is weird. But so there was like some weird hors d'oeuvre that was along the lines of like, I guess that's food, but I don't want it. But then like someone came around and to be clear, like the like waiters or whatever you call the people who are just carrying around like hors d'oeuvre trays or whatever.
Yeah.
There were no like signs or anything, and I don't think they were like telling us what they were. My recollection is that they were like being vague about it, so they would just like come out and like have a thing, and it'd be like, I don't really want that. But then we were like sitting with my, gosh, what is the technical relation of that man to me? Uncle? I think he's uncle by marriage.
Okay.
And he's like an older gentleman, and someone comes around with this like little tray of like, they sure look like tiny ice cream cones. They sure, They sure look like a delightful small treat.
I don't want to story anymore.
And he takes one, and he just eats it because it's small enough to just like eat in, you know, like one bite or whatever, one mouthful. And I forget exactly what he said, but my recollection is something along the lines of like, yeah, that's fish. And it's just like, oh no,
man,
no, I don't want like warm fish cones on like a, and maybe I do this service or the story some disservice by not mentioning this earlier, but it was like 10 billion degrees that day.
Oh god.
It was like up in wine country, and it was like a hot day in the middle of June, and it was like, it was just like hot and windy, and like just everything about the day was just like exactly what I wouldn't want my day to be. It was not my favorite celebration of the union of two people on this earth. God, but like the fish, like I just felt so bad for that man. It's just so,
Yeah, that would be a pretty unfortunate discovery, expecting ice cream and instead getting fish.
Yeah, because, like, here's the thing, like, even if it's, like, a fine fish cone, which, like, I don't know how to evaluate that by any metric, but, like, if you're expecting, like, ooh, like, a nice cool treat on this exceedingly hot molten day, and then you just get, like, warm fish cone, you're like, that's just absolutely not what I wanted.
Yeah, that sounds pretty terrible. Pretty not good. Pretty not good. Like what? What was it? Just like a crab cake or something in a cone? I don't understand.
It wasn't a crab cake. It was something more like just sort of like a designer-shaped sushi thing. I think.
Oh.
I think that was the premise. Anyway, I certainly didn't have one.
Oh, maybe it was it a hand roll?
I don't know. I don't know what that looks like.
Was the cone... So, the hand roll is basically picture an ice cream cone, but instead of a, you know, like a sugary waffle situation, it's a piece of seaweed, and instead of ice cream, it's rice and fish, often, like, processed, like, ground up fish.
That certainly sounds like the right thing. The only problem I have with that is that, like, while the cone didn't look, you know, sort of like waffle indented or anything, it didn't look like seaweed. It definitely looked like cone colored. So even if it was something like that, it means that they went out of their way to make the warm fish snack look like a cold treat. And that still offends me.
Mm. To be clear, a properly made hand roll should have warm rice, but not warm fish. No, I'd really just generally... nobody wants uncooked but warm fish. That sounds terrible.
I mean, it certainly doesn't help that the festivities were on the surface of the sun. Like, that didn't help matters at all.
Yeah, not a great venue for a wedding. You know?
No, like outdoors in wine country where it's like 400 billion, like, joules of heat. I don't know where that sentence was going. Yeah.
What am I even doing?
What are you even doing?
Well, the thing we were... Tech was very insistent that we get Hawkeye right away, and somehow that was leading us to Cranktown, I think?
I don't... Why would you even question...
Oh yeah, we have to talk to Daryl with an E. Why the hell is Daryl with an E an option?
It's a great question.
Like, in my dystopian future, someone who spells Daryl with an E is in the bottom class, where the hero of the young adult novel has to step up and save the world. What's the worst voice in the world? I want to do it for Daryl.
It's a great question. I'm not sure I can properly, like define that. I don't know.
What's the worst voice in the world?
I like, Tech's imitation of his mom.
Oh, that's a spicy one.
What? All right, go ahead. Let's hear it.
But you're Tech.
Wait, am I supposed to do it? Oh boy!
I thought that was the implication. Am I supposed to do an impression of Tech doing an impression of his mom? I don't know. If that has the same effect.
That's what I was looking forward to. But if you want me to get on this bandwagon, I can do it. All right. What is? Now I have to think of what my impression of my mom is. I don't know. I think it's.
Giving an awful lot of screen time to Daryl.
Yeah, all right. Yes, can I help you? Oh, you're here to get that shipment for the boutique. No, I haven't forgotten about it. It's just that it's been so unsafe out here. It's been tough to find the right opportunity to deliver. So, yeah, I'm glad you're here. You're here for the materials, right? Good. They're all yours.
Steamer trunk. Are there more cones after this? Also, why is he still holding a trunk?
Also
that kind of sounded like an impression of you doing the puppet from my sister's live streams.
Oh, yeah. I haven't watched any of your sister's live streams.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It's really interesting because you would have no frame of reference for that.
Nope. Ring. Why does it ring?
It's an old elevator thing.
I've never gotten on an elevator that rang like that. Have you?
Have
I think
you
you
been
see
on
that
like
in, like
a
really old movies.
Have you been on like a turn of the century elevator? Because
What elevator? Who? What?
you know exactly what you
who,
said.
You know who we could ask about elevator questions, right?
That's totally. Let's call up Griffin right now.
Yeah, Griffin McElroy. You got him on speed dial, right?
He's a big fan. It's true.
Can you imagine that? What a ridiculous thing that would be.
I would love to have
do
Griffin
the thing.
McElroy on speed dial. I don't know what I would do with that though.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Do you think the youngs have any idea what speed dial is even? Probably not.
I don't know. It might be one of those things like a floppy disk that there's like enough residual cultural context for them to know what it is, but they wouldn't actually have physically used it.
I actually saw something recently that I can't remember what context it was, but somebody was saying that he had 3D printed a floppy disk.
I've heard this. I've heard stories of this.
And some very young person said, "Oh, cool! You 3D printed the save icon."
And then the person just died of old age and fright all at once. They're just like, "Oh, my heart!" You brought that shipment of materials. Now I can get on with making new clothes. Thank you. Lady in Red, Hawkeye.
We got that Hawkeye though.
Who gets
Earphone
it?
noises. Someone with a handgun, right?
Yes.
Like,
Making a choice. Ice-proof suit it is. Okay, what now?
What now, indeed?
more cones? Conisode?
Definitely Conisode.
Let's see. She lives out in the countryside. Where the hell is the countryside?
I think when we like look down from the maximum height of Chandelier and we see like just acres and acres of free land at the bottom of the world that is completely inaccessible to us, I think that's the countryside.
I think we need to go to Barbarella's Manor to pick up the food in the first place.
To the where?
Barbarella's Manor?
No, I'm sorry. I don't understand what you're saying.
I'm
confused
confused as well.
Your accent.
Oh, I can't say it correctly. Tech, can you help me out?
Barbarella!
Well, I understood that.
Is that who you're referring to? I wasn't sure.
Yes, that's the one.
Have you ever seen...
Okay.
Have you ever seen... I don't know how much you guys watch SpongeBob. There's like an episode of SpongeBob where like he gets like stranded like outside of town. He like rides the bus too far or something and ends up in this like really creepy area. And like when he gets there, he tries like talking to some local. And like he's speaking like perfectly clear English, but like between every word he just makes like a raspberry. He just like and so like when SpongeBob's trying to talk to me, he's like, I can't understand your accent. And that's like literally the only thing he's doing differently. And I'm like, whose idea? Who came up with this?
This is great. It's high quality stuff.
Cotillion, you have to do a voice now.
Okay. I want my ma, she lives out in the countryside, to have a taste of real gourmet cuisine.
Nice.
Deliver my ultra first class mega priced dish to her. I put my all into preparing it.
Wait, I have questions. Primarily one question.
Don't ask questions.
Well, no, he
It's
wants...
It's best if you don't.
You
But
definitely
he wants his mom to enjoy his cuisine, but he also describes it as pricey. Is he charging her full price for what is effectively like the world's least efficient DoorDash?
Yes.
Yes.
Because that's like really what we're doing here. Let's think this through. Like, he made the food, he's handing it to us here at the top of the world, and then we're gonna go, like, I don't know, like halfway down the world?
His mom is just on the next level, right? Because she gives you the knives in the very beginning of the
Oh, that's
game.
true. I was thinking she was a little further down.
It seems like a silly quest.
It's still, like, that's what we're doing, right? We're, like, we're Uber Eatsing for Hunter rank?
Yeah, guess so.
Pretty much.
Huh. I heard, a new story. I didn't check out all the details. I think it's more comprehensive. But they were talking about how DoorDash specifically has been, like, defrauding all of its drivers
Yeah.
by, like, not paying them tips, and it's like, oh, that's so horrendously shady. Please close
Yeah.
your entire business and die now.
Yeah,
As I understand it, they get...
Times.
As I understand it, the Dashers get guaranteed X amount of dollars, and DoorDash, in the shadiest manner but not illegal way possible, calculate the tip that the person is tipping into that. So if they're guaranteed $5 on this delivery and the person tips $4, DoorDash is only paying that Dasher $1.
Right.
It's super shady, but it's not illegal.
It's like, it's not illegal, but still, it's like fraud because it is being portrayed to the users of the app as a tip that goes to the driver.
Yeah,
it is not, in unclear terms, being presented as such. So it's not illegal for them to pay the diminished amount, but it is extremely, like, it's, you know, I don't know that it's, like, false advertising, but it's something in that ballpark of, like, fraudulent information to consumers that, like, I really fucking hope they get reamed for that. That's so horrid.
Yeah. Amen.
Was that you brought me something that my son cooked? Seriously? Let's see. Now for a taste. Not sweet. Not spicy.
Yeah.
Not tasty. I only like garbage food! Silly boy must be getting too full of himself. This food is missing the most important ingredient of all!
What do you think it is? I thought she was going to tell us.
I think it's Mighty Soup. I think she gave us the ingredient to give to him. Why would she reward us with a Mighty Soup?
Why wouldn't she?
Do you think that's in the DoorDash app? They're like, click here to tip the driver a Mighty Suit.
Okay, what's next?
Cones. Monocones. Monocone control.
No. Level 10 Albona.
So if you'll allow me another unnecessary interval of your time, I would like to share with you two a story about work today that most perfectly encapsulates the area where I specifically work and the people I'm surrounded by.
Okay.
Okay, so there are four people talking here. First person starts this conversation, as is often the case in my workplace, by describing some really regrettable thing that happened in the news in great detail without anyone asking. Just like loudly saying like, oh, this thing happened! Like, this awful thing happened!
Yeah, all these children died!
Yeah, something like that. In this case, it was like, I only like kind of know the story because I was trying not to listen to her loudly screaming this in the office. But it was like, yesterday there was some, like, robbery at a convenience store in, like, the broad area around us. Like, not very close, but, like, somewhere nearby. And then, like, that person, like, crashed into, like, a pole, but still, like, got away. And then, like, today they, like, killed someone that was close to them, and then were on the run or something, and they got caught. And so basically, like, it's like, oh, that horrible person got caught. And she's like, oh, I'm, like, glad they caught that coo-coos. And then, like, guy number 2 says, that criminal's on a roll. Which, like, I don't even know what. I don't know what. I don't know what that is.
Why would you say that?
I don't know. But that's not even the weirdest thing. Because guy number 3 says, Tootsie roll! Like a hip-hop song, where that's a thing that someone says.
What?
And then the best part is the final person, woman number 4, laughs really hard at that and says, oh my gosh. And that's what it's like to work in my department. Is like, that happens like 6 times a day.
Was this rehearsed?
Nope.
This weird thing that they did?
It just like happens like all the time, and like today I was just sort of like, this is just what it's like, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking write this down, and I'm gonna tell Cotillion this, and they're not gonna believe me. They're gonna be like, why would he say that criminal's on a roll? That's not a joke. It's not relevant to the story. It's not like sensitive to the subject matter. Like, there's just no reason to say that.
Do you love random encounters, Cotillion?
Yeah.
Okay, great, because I got you a million.
Do you prefer these random encounters or the real life equivalent of random encounters, which are that conversation I just described?
Yes.
Albona?
That's the one.
Albona, you!
Albona. Ah,
No. No.
Albona, but I hardly know her.
Nope.
Tex on a
Tootsie
roll!
Pouch 5. Tootsie
Nice.
Roll!
The Tootsie Roll just got me so fucking good. I was just like, what? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing over there?
Were they listening to the conversation?
Yes.
They just heard somebody say roll.
I 100% assure, yes. That's how the conversation works. The word roll was heard, and then it's Tootsie Roll! And that's just it. That's the interactions that happen.
Jesus.
If it's not a nuisance, could you run an errand for me?
It's definitely a nuisance.
Deliver this letter to a girl at level 9. I don't really care which one.
Accept the item? No. Not gonna do that.
You give this random letter to a random girl? Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, which part of the Balker is the eyes?
Yes.
And is that a trick question? I feel like I should start writing down more of these conversations. They genuinely happen like one of that caliber happens almost every day.
Yeah, you should definitely keep track of that shit.
I had a somewhat similar email interaction with one of my clients today. My project manager... Oh, she's at Court Lift 3. It's this one.
What do you suppose happened?
Letter of longing. Oh, you brought me a letter from David? I'm so glad. It sounds like he's doing well. I hope he doesn't drive himself too hard. That's my job, as a random girl on Core Lift 3. Life's tough around here, but you do what it takes to get by, you know? It's very rusty here in the steampunk world. I'm not reading anything else. I'm just ad-libbing now. That's it. Got some toxic rounds. Yeah.
Anyway, so my project manager emails our client asking, hey, do we want to maintain this piece of code? Question mark. Mm-hmm. Or should we branch it off the main code base and just call it good for now? And her response was, yes, for now.
I got a lot of that at my old job.
Oh, I fucking hate that.
You hate to see that.
I said to my project manager, you asked her an A or B question and she responded with oranges. Like, it's not...
It comes up a lot in custom anything work. Anytime you're like tailoring to a client's needs, you will get those responses.
Yeah. Do you want A or B? Yes.
I'm not much for running.
Okay, tomorrow then. Like what? No. What?
Ugh, God, it's rough. It's a terrible fucking thing. I also deal with it a lot in my job.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Especially because you do editing. Like, if it was just the shooting, I might think you could get away from it, but, like, also doing the editing, there's, like, a 0% chance you would avoid that.
Yeah. Pretty much. Ring-a-ding.
Another really awkward thing at my work lately, so, like, maybe a couple months ago now, they hired a new person to my department who is now, like, more junior than I am, which is remarkable, because it still feels like I just started.
Right.
And it's weird because, like, sometimes my bosses will just, like, act like I haven't, like, started very recently. I'm like, no, I have no idea what the answer to that question is. Please tell me. But, so, like, there's this new girl there, and she, like, sits at the desk next to me, and there's, like, another guy in our department, the Tootsie Roll guy, who, like... I don't know what his angle is, but, like, he has this, like, vested interest in just, like, trying to engage with her and, like, seem cool or something. He seems like he's trying to, like, be hip or something. Like, he's a little older than I am, He's like talking to this like she's like right out of college, this girl, and like he's just like constantly talking to her, and like anytime she'll mention anything that she likes, he'll just like do some like weird deep dive on it. Like she's into the Jonas Brothers, which is like whatever. She's a young girl, but then like he'll just like weird like fake obsess over the Jonas Brothers and like learn things about them and like talk about them to her a lot. And it's like, that's weird. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
It makes me feel weird.
Clearly
that you're doing
trying
that.
too hard.
Or yeah. And then there was like some point where like our like department head was like around for this too, which made it like more amusing and awkward. But like I think like he had been like bothering her like a little more than usual that day, and she's like a little over it, so she wasn't like laughing at his like terrible jokes, even though nervous laughter is her literal response to everything. Like every possible input yields like nervous laughter.
Yeah, I know.
So she just like she was just like so over it, like even that wasn't happening. And so like at some point he says something like, I forget what the context was exactly, but it was like, so like that's the reason you've been rebuffing my advances today. And then like everyone present, her, him, our department head, and myself were all like, like, that's not.
Audibly?
And then he's like, and then he's immediately like, that's not what I didn't mean. And then like he goes to me and is like back me up on this. I'm like, I am not contributing to this discussion.
Please do not involve me in your awful.
I am fully removed from whatever thing. The train wreck is outside of my jurisdiction.
Yeah,
this is your problem, Tootsie Roll.
Jesus. What a character this person is.
He's an interesting guy. I simultaneously like understand certain things about him and like really don't get the big picture. It's definitely a different experience from my last office, where it was like basically just me and one other human and the office dog pretty much all the time.
Yeah, and the office dog was kind of terrible, wasn't it?
Well, the OG office dog wasn't too bad, but one of our bosses decided she needed to have an office dog too, and that dog was real bad. That dog I did not care for.
I'm telling you, you're doing a bang-up job right here.
Oh, thanks. This is a sneak peek into your future.
Can't wait. Just really can't wait.
How long have you been able to see Tek's future?
Yeah, when were you gonna let me know?
You know, my entire life, but only his. It was
It
very
was really
confusing for the
until you
longest time.
finally started watching, like, Renegade Constabulary, and you're like, oh, this gives context to all of my many visions. How weird would that be? Wouldn't that be, like, the fucking craziest thing in the world?
That would be really fucking
Just
crazy.
keep having these, like, intensely dissociative things, and you're just like, they're so vivid, they can't be nothing. Then, like, one day you're watching a video, and it lines up, like, exactly with something that random person on the internet is saying, and you're just like, it's his life? For my entire life, I've just been witnessing this person's life?
That would be pretty great.
Four?
Indeed.
That's pretty good. That's a lot.
It's good.
Four
It's
is
going
a
well.
good number of points.
How many was it? I missed.
Four.
Four.
4 is pretty good. 4 is pretty good, especially considering you only
I
have
think
3 enemies to kill.
Yeah, right? Like, everything over 3 generally feels good. When you can get up to, like, 9 or something, it just feels bonkers. It's
Yeah.
so hard to do that.
I just feel like if I'm getting that far, it's taking way too long.
Yeah, I feel like if you
And
can't kill an enemy
not-
by then you're doing it wrong.
Well, I mean, like...
no, not in that way. Just that the fight is way too long. Not that it's taken me too long or whoever too long. Just that this fight is too long. Period.
I mean, like, I largely agree with that, although,
What?
in fairness,
Did you see that? Oh, hold on, I'm sorry. His
What
gun
was
was not in his hand at all, and it was
Oh, yeah.
just like
That happens sometimes.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot in the
Mind
remaster.
bullets.
They remastered it,
Vectors.
obviously.
It's never too late to change.
You guys, it's never too late to change.
Oh, okay.
At some point, I feel like it's too late to try.
Too
Try.
Yeah.
Oh lord.
Like, if that weren't possible, how would the song... What is the fucking name of that song?
Apologize, I think.
Oh yeah, it is Apologize.
No, right.
It's... For some reason I know there's like another song from like a similar time period. Wasn't that also by an American Idol person? Too Late to Apologize? Because there was like
I have
Sorry
no
for
idea.
2004, which was by some American Idol person. And for some reason, that's where my head went. I'm like, that's not Sorry for 2004. I know
No, I
what
don't
that
think it
garbage
is.
song sounds like. And speaking of garbage songs,
Yes.
can we have a brief moment to talk about the song My Humps by the fucking Black Eyed Peas?
Why?
Because I like heard it for the first time in like 8 years yesterday, and I was like, this is like the worst song. Like, musically it's
terrible.
whatever. It's another like mediocre to bad pop song. But like the lyrics are horrible.
Yeah,
And
the
the
lyrics
thing
are
that
real
most
bad.
vexes me is that like some self-respecting woman agreed to sing this song in some weird vocal fry voice. And also for the record, I think the song is roughly 17 minutes long, because it's fucking long.
I was not
Like,
aware of that.
It's not a light commitment to sing that offensive song in that bad way for like 17 minutes.
I'm doing this right now.
I
It's
encourage
happening.
everyone barehanded. Yeah, I like this. I encourage everyone watching this, since I think we're pretty much done here. Am I mistaken in this?
No, you're right.
Nope.
Okay. I encourage everyone to finish watching this for some reason. We get that 0-second ad revenue or something. We make no money off this. None of this matters. And then just go look up My Humps by the Black Eyed Peas and make sure that you have like an hour free, because it's a fucking ridiculously long song. It's like so much worse than you even remember it being.
Spoiler alert, I am not going to do this because I do
Do
not
it.
want to hate
Do it
myself
right.
that much.
Do it immediately now.
I cannot
In
do
fact,
it. It will never happen.
let's not stop recording until Tech has done it. We're just gonna
Well-
sit here and wait for either the heat death or of the universe, or you have to watch My Humps. And I'm frankly not sure which of the two of those you will choose, but you have to make that decision. This is
I
your
was worried-
decision game.
I was worried we wouldn't be able to check the save data in that time either.
What we should do is strive to find a song that's like exactly the length of how long it takes us to save every episode.
Yeah. I'm sure that time is increasing dramatically.
I really don't remember it being so dramatic a difference on the 360. I wonder what it is that's different.
I don't know, man. It's pretty
I
crazy.
don't know, man.
Well, that's an episode. Join us next time when I guess I will have to suffer through the Cone-isode part 2.
Yeah, and
part
you know what? We're not gonna start playing the game until you listen to My Humps by the Black Eyed Peas.
So this is the last episode of the playthrough.
Just no announcement ever, just no video ever comes out, and now you know why.
There you go. Alright, join us then.
Speaking of weird office stories, there's something of a tradition that certainly predates my time there, but has not consistently been implemented during my time there, called The Taste of Thursdays, which we did today.
What? Is this a real
However,
thing? Is this a real
it's a
office
real
that you work
thing.
at?
It is. It's very strange at times. It feels very much, like I bet everyone who works in like a corporate office thinks that their life is like the office, but like, no, for real though, there's like weird stuff like a party planning committee and like a Michael Scott analog and stuff.
Jesus.
It's
Oh,
weird.
there's a Michael Scott analog? I'm sorry to hear that.
Do I have to remind you of Tootsie Roll?
Oh, yeah, good call. How could I
but
forget? How could I forget?
So there's Taste of Thursday, which we did today.
What is
which
it?
is
What is Thursday
interesting.
taste like? Wait, it's
Well,
not Thursday.
There you go. You figured it out. That's the problem.
I cracked the code.
You cracked the code.